Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Memorial Day. Let's see here. We got everything. I think we are live now on all the platforms. Sure looks like it anyway. All righty, let's see here. Let me see if I can find the guys. Looks like things are moving slow today for some reason. Maybe the holiday, maybe who knows what. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Bear with me, everyone. We're getting loaded up here. All righty. All right, let's see. Oh, it looks like we've got, let's see here. Hold on, everyone. All right. Bear with me, everyone. Just trying to get people loaded up here. We got James there. I think we got James. Are you there, James?
Good morning, sir. Yes,
Hey, good morning. I haven't seen Alex, and I thought I saw Dave.
He's already on.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Dave's already here. Okay, there's Alex. Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How's your Memorial Day going?
Well, it's going well. We are just getting rolling here, trying to get the cameras adjusted. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning.
All right, let's see who we've got going here. We have Mary Lise Brown is here. Good morning, Mary Lise. Choose Your Poison 54 is here. DC, Jerry. Good morning, Donna Fox. Hey, old school Smooth is here. Let's see here. Paco is here and saying, my flag is flying. Yours and mine both, Paco. PJ Party is here. Good morning, Peggy. And she's on time. Oh, hold on. All right, there we go. Is that better now? All righty, let's see here. Kim 55 is here. Melissa is here. Well, hello, stranger. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all's well. Christy B from Hayesville, Kansas is here. All right, guys. So let's see. It's Memorial Day. And first and foremost, we should probably have a moment of silence for those who gave their life in defense of our constitutional republic. I think that's really important, everyone, to understand what today represents. The people that didn't make it back. And I'm grateful that we had the opportunity to honor them. Alex, so what's going on with you this morning? Oh, he's paused. Sorry about that. Dave, what's going on with you, brother?
I am out in a tractor finishing our last field for seed corn.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Just working up the last stuff. We're going to plant it today and plant the male rows and then come back in a week or so when the heat units are right to plant the rest of the corn. So.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful.
Yep. So good day. Get in and get out and get some burgers fried up this afternoon.
Is it a little chilly over there?
Not bad. It was 56, 57 early this morning.
Ooh, that's.
Supposed to be knocking on the door of 70 today. So.
Oh, there you go. Good. James, how goes it, brother?
It's going great. Had a just absolutely beautiful weekend here so far. Right now we're rocking 68 degrees, full sun, no clouds. I think I sent you a picture of me on the boat yesterday.
Yep, that was great.
I had a little hiccup with my water pump on the 350 horse Mercury, but a couple of earmuffs, a water hose, and some weed eater string took care of the problem.
Oh, very cool. So you got it back in the running.
I am. Yep, I'm up and running back on the water. So the fish fear me today.
Excellent. Alex, good morning.
It's Monday.
Yeah, I figured. I know you were a little slow on the draw this morning, so I was looking for you, couldn't find you. So now I'm all out of order.
No, it's TikTok's fault because I opened it up and I went to you and you were like this. Okay, so I closed TikTok and I opened TikTok back up and then I can.
You want me to drop out? I can drop out so you can go up.
No, it's fine for today. It's Memorial Day. It's a holiday. I don't even know how many people we're gonna have here. But let me say some more good mornings. Bill Jordan is here. John Gwynn, the legend, is here. Traveler is here. Good morning, Traveler.
Morning,
Let's
Bill.
see. What's that?
Well, I just wanted to say good morning, Bill. He's one of my friends.
Oh, there you go. Dana Mackey's here. Sherry is here. Wendy. Bill Jordan. Bill Jordan said it's 68 and beautiful in Northeast Missouri. Wonderful. All right. So we don't have any markets open today. You know what's really weird, Alex, is I went on my usual feeds, and this morning the stock market was showing that it was running. And I'm like going, that's really weird. And then an hour went by, I went back, and then it showed that it was closed. I don't know what the heck was going on there, if it was just my feed or what.
Well, I think trades happen in the background, whether it's open or not. Puts and calls and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
The interesting tidbit of information is currently where we're sitting with crypto, because crypto market never closes. But Bitcoin is sitting at 110,254 right now.
Ooh.
So we're just a smidgen off of the all-time high that we hit on the 21st. Bitcoin is up 3%. XRP is up 1.94% to 233. So, there's something going on, even when it's not really going on. So, yeah, Memorial Day. I think you guys all missed out on the meal of your life this weekend.
Oh, I saw the pictures, man. Believe me, my mouth was watering.
It would have paired very nicely with James's little shrimp.
No, they were big, Alex. They were big.
Oh no, they were little, but that's okay.
Hey, James, just out of curiosity, what were the seasonings on that? They looked scrumptious.
Okay, so what I normally do is I'll put in a bunch of butter, and then I will put chili powder, and then garlic. And the more you let it caramelize, the more it attaches itself to the shrimp.
Interesting. That's one of my secrets with my spaghetti sauce. So I make spaghetti sauce, bolognese sauce from scratch, and I got it from a friend of mine who's a restaurateur. And one of the most important parts of it is when I'm starting in the basic with the garlic and the olive oil, is to caramelize that. And if it's not caramelized, it changes the flavor of the entire dish.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. All righty, let's see what we have over here. We have Traveler, thank you for all the gifts. Bill Jordan said it's 68 and beautiful in Northeast Missouri. Excuse me. Wendy said it's cloudy and 66 in Memphis. Huh. Oh, hey, Lee's here. Hi, Lee. LL Ninja Strings is here as well. Did you guys see that one? Oh, we got some trolls this morning. I almost said it out loud, but I caught myself. Did you guys see that?
What kind of life do you have to just get on an app and go see if you can say the most stupid thing out of your little fingers that you can type? Keyboard warriors or not, bless you.
Yeah, I know. And it almost got me there for a second, but I got it just in time. T Rainey 2 said 73 is the high today in Middle Tennessee. All right, so I don't know whether or not Alex has given us what he had for this morning, but I don't know. Dave, do we have any kind of a farming or agriculture report?
No, it was pretty quiet on my side too. Not much going on since Friday.
Okay, that's what I figured. And James, what about military?
Well, I have a few things for you.
Great.
I couldn't let it be Memorial Day and not have at least some statistics. So the United States has spent $6 billion in this last 3 years to recruit and retain military. That's an awful lot of money to run some ads on a commercial and give a few bonuses here and there. I think. Attacks on Ukraine. So far, they've launched over the weekend 1,390 drones and 94 missiles, killing 30 civilians and injuring 160.
Wow.
One thing on a positive note, and I actually kind of like the sounds of this, J.D. Vance was in Annapolis, Maryland at the U.S. Naval Academy, and he announced that in our future conflicts, the United States will go with a defined set of goals rather than an open-ended program, meaning when we go to kick their ass, we're going to kick their ass and get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. That is a good plan. It's kind of unlike something Afghanistan, Ukraine, or not so much Ukraine, but Afghanistan. We go to a conflict and we're there and we're there and we're there, and that's where we end up with our casualties in our parishes.
Right.
So the one thing I do want to say today is our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it.
Wow. Very poignant words. Thank you, James. Thank you. All righty, let's see here. John Gwynn said, tariffs have been around a long time. Haters hate everything Trump does, no matter what. Boy, what a perfect example, John, of TDS in full swing, Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, it's amazing to me. He could cure cancer tomorrow, and they'd be bitching and complaining about it. It's just crazy to me. Let's see here. Well, let's jump over here now since we have let's see. We have 6 Texas officials were indicted on voter fraud charges, including a Democrat judge, city council members, and a school board member. Is this going to be the first domino that falls when it comes to 2020? Alex, you're shaking your head.
No, I don't think it is. I think we're going to continue to see little breadcrumbs, but the big domino has yet to drop.
You mean in terms of 2020?
We'll just have to be patient and wait, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Dave?
I mean, that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? To prove that, to show that, to fix that.
Well, I think that's one of them. I think one of the goals is 2020. Another one is JFK. Another one is 9/11. Yeah. Another one is, it goes on and on and on. What I find interesting, too, on a completely different subject, there's a whole lot of narrative being deployed about George Floyd and the possibility that maybe things didn't happen quite as the mainstream media wanted us to believe. Now, I know this wasn't on the report, but Alex, what do you think of that?
Sign of the times, my friends. Trump is speaking right now. Sam, I don't know. It's up to you. He is doing a Memorial Day speech, and we're about 2 minutes behind him taking the podium.
Should we do it? Yeah, let's go. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
At least for a little while.
Let's see what the man has to say.
Well, while he's doing that, Sam, I will tell you that the Minnesota has given a warning to all local and county and state law officials about Derek Chauvin being exonerated and let out of prison, pardoned basically by President Trump.
Right. Yeah, so we'll see how it plays out.
Chaos and mayhem at any time, baby. I'm ready.
Exactly.
Might have to recruit Dave to get him up here.
I'll be ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very special place and a very special day. Thank you to Vice President Vance doing a terrific job. Thanks also to a man who has devoted his life to service members and veterans, Secretary of Defense. Pete Hegseth is doing really well. He went through a lot, didn't he? But he's doing really well. He's a tough cookie. That's what we want. He's a tough cookie. And we're grateful to be joined as well by Chairman Kane, terrific military person, members of the cabinet, members of Congress, members of the United States Armed Forces, veterans, and many other distinguished guests. We gather today to honor the incredible service members who rest in glory in this cemetery and burial grounds around the world and in 1,000 lonely places known only to God. In every hour of peril, in every moment of crisis, American warriors have left behind the blessings of home and family to answer their nation's call. They've offered all that they had within them and given their last breaths to each and every one of us that we might live safe and breathe free. This morning we pay tribute to their immortal deeds. We share in the sorrow of their beloved families, and as one nation we give thanks for the ultimate gift they have so selflessly given to all of us. These warriors, and that's what they are, as great, great warriors, picked up their mantle of duty and service, knowing that to live for others meant always that they might die for others. They knew them. They asked nothing for it. They gave everything, and we owe them everything and much, much more. Each of the service members who made the supreme sacrifice for our nation has also left an unfillable void and an unbreakable silence in the lives of all who love them. For the families of the fallen, you feel the absence of your heroes every day in the family. These are great families. These are wonderful families. In the familiar laugh no longer heard, the empty space at Sunday dinner, or the want of a hug or a pat on the back that will never come again. Every Gold Star family fights a battle long after the victory is won, and today we lift you up and we hold you high. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving America the brightest light in your lives. That's what you've done. We will never, ever forget our fallen heroes, and we will never forget our debt to you. This Memorial Day is especially significant as we commemorate 250 years since the first American patriots fell on the field of battle. 2.5 centuries ago at Lexington Green, Concord Bridge, Bunker Hill, brave men and humble farm boys became the first to give their lives for a nation that did not yet have a name. With their deaths, men like John Brown, 23, Samuel Hadley, 28, and Abner Hosmer, 21, ignited the flame of liberty that now lights, inspires everybody and the entire world. Those young men could never have known what their sacrifice would mean to us, but we certainly know what we owe to them. Their valor gave us the freest, greatest, and most noble republic ever to exist on the face of the earth. A republic that I am fixing after a long and hard 4 years. That was a hard 4 years we went through.
Pineapple, R. Jeff Coat, and of course, John Gwynn. Thank you for all of the gifts.
Let that happen. People pouring through our borders unchecked. People doing things that are indescribable and not for today to discuss. But the republic that is now doing so very well, we're doing so very well right now, considering the circumstances, and we'll do record-setting better with time. We will do better than we've ever done as a nation, better than ever before. I promise you that. In every generation since, at Trenton and Yorktown, at Vicksburg and Shiloh, and in faraway places with names like Chateau, Kerreri, Anzio, Iwo Jima, Quezon, Kandahar, a few, really just a few chosen names, and these are names that have become so important on the altar of freedom. They plunged into the crucible of battle, stormed into the fires of hell, charged into the valley of death, and rose into the arms of angels. The sacrifice that they made was not merely for a single battle, a long ago victory, or a fleeting triumph, decades or centuries past. Their sacrifice was for today, tomorrow, and every morning thereafter. Every child that lives in peace, every home that is filled with joy and love, every day the Republic stands is only possible because of those who did what had to be done when duty called, and the cost was everything to them and to their families. Our debt to them is eternal, and it does not diminish with time. It only grows and grows and grows with each passing year. The greatest monument to their courage is not carved in marble or cast in bronze. It's all around us, an American nation, 325 million strong, which will soon be greater than it has ever been before. It will be. And so today we uphold the memory of our heroes as people have done since ancient times by telling their stories and exalting their names. Senior Master Sergeant Elroy Harworth was a young, beautiful man from Earhart, Minnesota, when he enlisted in the Air Force and was sent to Vietnam. 59 years ago this very week, Elroy and his crewmates climbed into the dark skies over Da Nang on a classified mission known as Operation Carolina Moon. Their aim was to blow up a key enemy bridge, and while other crews had tried and failed, they were determined to try and get it done in face of extreme danger, and they knew how bad it was. As their C-130 closed in on its target, and Elroy jockeyed his 5,000 pounds of explosives into position, the aircraft came under unbelievably intense fire. They'd never seen anything like it. Try as they might, they were hit as the plane swung low and they went down deep in enemy territory. Elroy was just 24 years old when he gave to fight for America, leaving behind a beautiful young wife who was 7 months pregnant. That meant Elroy would never know the joy of meeting his son Troy or seeing him grow, and he would never have the pride to watch his son follow in his father's footsteps and serve 2 decades in the U.S. Army. Sergeant First Class Troy Harworth is with us today, joined by his wife Sonia and their son John, the grandson Elroy never got to hold. Thank you, Troy, and thank you, John, and above all, thank you, Elroy. Thank you very much. Please stand up. Thank you. Wherever you may be. Thank you very much. Great family.
I don't seem to recall Biden ever doing any of these things like this. Anybody?
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember it either.
Army Ranger. He was an American guy.
Didn't he do the wreath at one point? A year or two?
Well, and they wouldn't let him touch the wreath, remember?
Yeah, that ceremony didn't go according to tradition either.
Ryan joined the Army soon after graduation, and after 3 tours in Afghanistan, he deployed to Iraq. He and his unit were tasked with hunting down a weapon facilitator and a suicide bomber cell near Baghdad, a vicious cell, killing many people. 16 years ago this month, they engaged the enemy in a firefight, and Ryan was mortally wounded. He gave his life at 21 years old. They arrested until the end of time in the famed Section 60 here at Arlington, where we have buried our honored dead from the war on terror. We are joined today by Ryan's mom, Sherry. Sherry, all of America shares in your grief, and more importantly, we share in your pride of your wonderful son. And thank you so much for being here, Sherry.
John Gwynn said that Biden would still be looking for the podium.
Right?
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you very much. on behalf of everyone. So what's the story? Thank you, Sheriff. Senior Chief Petty Officer Janet Kim grew up in Pine Plains, New York, before enlisting in the Navy in 2003. And she quickly became one of the rising sergeants, an absolute winner. As a linguist, translator, and pathologist technician, Shannon worked alongside elite special force units like Delta Force and Navy SEALs to help them capture and kill terrorists. She was among the first women ever to do it, and she did it better than anyone. In January 2019, Shannon was on her 5th combat deployment, embedded with a team hunting ISIS terrorists through the streets of Syria when a suicide bomber detonated his weapon, killing Senior Chief Kent and 3 other wonderful, beautiful Americans. She left behind her husband Jill and their 2 sons, 3-year-old Pope and 18-month-old baby Josh. Today, Shannon rests in peace on these grounds alongside her comrades. To her boys, Colt and Josh, who are here this morning, now aged 9 and 7, let me say your mom was a hero, and her love, the strength, and her are always with us and always be with you. She loved her boys. To Joe, the boys, Shannon's parents, Mary and Stephen, and her sister Mariah, Shannon's name will live forever in the chronicles of 2 American patriots. I just want to thank you, and thank you so much for being here in honor of your magnificent family number. Courage by Shannon, Ryan, and Elroy remind us of the real meaning of the day. And I wanted to say, please say that to everyone making the boys. I want to see those boys. Where are you?
Brenda, thank you for the Bears. John, thank you for the Bears. Thomas Clark said that he was not allowed to touch it, meaning Biden, because he wasn't the president. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good looking guys. Thank you. All of you, thank you so much. We should never forget, even for a moment, that freedom is a gift at the highest cost, and peace is won at the most precious price.
Melissa, thank you.
Immense and ultimate sacrifices they offer. Only the faintest glimpse at the infinite grace we have received from all who laid down their lives for America. Over the past 250 years, we're going to have a big celebration, as you know, 250 years. In some ways, I'm glad I missed that second term where it was, because I wouldn't be your president. But most important of all, in addition, we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics. Can you imagine? I missed that 4 years, and now look what I have. I have everything. Amazing the way things work out.
Mm-hmm. T. Rainey, too, you're right.
You know, I got the World Cup and I got the Olympics. The 250 years was not mine. I'd like to take credit. But I got the Olympics, I got the World Cup when I was president. And I said, boy, it's too bad I won't be president then. And look what happened. I turned out, and we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great celebration. But most important of all is the 250th anniversary. That blows everything away, including the World Cup and including the Olympics, as far as I'm concerned. In any corner of the cemetery, at any resting place for our war dead, anywhere on earth, you'll find untold stories of equal heroism and heartbreak unmatched, patriotism and devotion and acts of selflessness and courage so enormous they defy comprehension. Most people can't even imagine it.
Donna Fox, thank you.
it's love which moves the sun and the stars, but here on the sacred soil, right where we are, we're reminded that it's love which moves the course of history and moves it always toward freedom, always. From Bunker Hill to Bastogne, to Tanzania, to Coral Sea, from Gettysburg to Guadalcanal, and Concord to Kabul. America's best and America's bravest have fought, bled, and died so that we could pick up the torch of liberty, raise it high, 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 and carry it onward to places they could never have dreamed of before. Today we honor them and we remember their gallantry. We just revere, in the highest sense, we just revere their.
Got about a minute left, guys.
We salute them in their eternal and everlasting glory.
Benji, thank you.
Relentless pursuit of America's destiny as we make our nation stronger, prouder, freer, and greater than ever before. May God bless our fallen heroes. May God bless our Gold Star families. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, everybody.
Excellent. All right. Thank you for bringing that up, Alex. All righty. Let's see. Lisa Maria said, God bless America. Amen, Lisa. Amen. Dana Mackey, same thing. Tracy Fagan said, love President Trump. Yeah, we all do. Very much so.
And the benediction.
What happened? Oh. All right. Are we back?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's jump over into one of these. One I think is a very interesting article that they talked about today on the Dispatch. Dr. Peter McCullough, who is one of the only doctors that came out against the C19, you know what? He said that 73% of the people who were autopsied after that C19 thing were found to have left this plane of existence from that C19 jab. Over 73%. Now, I personally, in 2020, when the jabs rolled out, there were 3 people that lived in the same building that I lived in at the time that no longer existed. 3 people within a 60-day period. And all 3 of them were older. And then had another person who was about my age got stage 4 cancer within 60 days. When the truth comes out about what they did and what they allowed to happen, I've got to think that there is going to be chaos. And people are going to be held accountable. Alex, what do you think?
The only thing that comes to mind is Nuremberg 2.0.
Right. Exactly. Dave?
Well, we lost my sister because of it. She was the only one that took that. because she was going through treatments for cancer, and then it came back twice as hard, 3 times as hard as she was already cleared of it. So, I mean, I realize that happens on a daily deal, but I think that completely added to what's going on, and we lost an uncle. There's also procedures that they did in the hospitals that led to a lot of loss.
Well, it's funny that you say that. My deepest condolences for your sister. My brother, he never took the jab, but they gave him remdesivir and killed him in the hospital. My brother.
Yeah, there's some stories coming out about that also.
Yeah, exactly. When that hits, man. James, what are your thoughts?
You know, the government's already pretty much spoken. For all the military service members that decided, no, I'm not taking it, and they were booted. And now to say that they are going to be reinstated, or they have been reinstated, those that wanted to come back, that pretty much is the telltale sign of we know it wasn't good, and we probably shouldn't have ever made that point happen. The part that I disagree with, and I think Dave and I have talked about this in the past, is that all the money that you made while you were out of the service because of the military kicking you for not taking the jab, they subtract that from the money that you made, or from the money you would have made in the military, and they take that away from your pay, even though they say they're reinstating you with full pay. So that's kind of I don't agree with that part either. Whatever you should have made while you're in, you should get.
Right.
When you're kicked out to pasture to fend for yourself, that's kind of dirty pool.
Yeah. We just got a violation warning. Hold on.
That was me, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it didn't shut us down, so I don't know what I guess we got to be careful there. Melissa said, I'm a nurse and I never took it. Thank goodness, Melissa. Thank goodness you didn't. All right, so let's move on. Let's see. We have, you know what? Let's do a sponsor announcement. First up, Mike Lindell. Oh, and by the way, everyone, so Mike Lindell, it looks like, has a legitimate account on TikTok now. Alex sent it to me, and it's Mike J. Lindell. I reached out to him on TikTok, and I reached out to MyPillow Corporate, but it was over the weekend, so I don't expect to hear anything until probably tomorrow. But I believe the Mike J. Lindell TikTok account is legitimate, but I'm trying to verify it. But in the meantime, if you go to mypillow.com or mystore.com, use the discount code SAM, you'll get up to 80% off of all of your purchases. Neil Naturopathic, the only chemical-free, non-toxic hair care products that I'm aware of in the country. Go to neilnaturopathic.com. Use the code SAM20, SAM20. You'll get 20% off your order. And Dr. Peter Glidden, there's 2 buttons on my website, samshalhoub.com. One that'll take you to his website and one that'll take you to his new book. Use the code SAM and you'll get a 10% discount on his new book. And then, Alex, will you tell us a little bit about cybersecurity, please?
RiskToolTech.com, Risk Tool Technologies, LLC. If you have no idea how to secure your company and you need a checklist, we will give you step-by-step directions on all of the things you need to do to protect your company and train your staff on the pitfalls of cybersecurity. RiskToolTech.com.
Cool. Thanks, Alex. All right, so let's move over to the next article, which is U.S. Steel will remain in America and keep its headquarters in the great city of Pittsburgh, according to President Trump. James, lead it off.
One of the things that President Trump just spoke of recently, and we have talked about this in the past, back in World War II, since we're talking about what happened before, the United States in Pittsburgh produced 95 million tons for World War II alone. And I think that Pittsburgh has always been the epicenter. But when you're producing 180 tons per hour to support the United States in our war efforts, that's a lot of steel. And, you know, they are the king. And so rightfully so, a lot of people got put out of work. And it's going to be kind of nice to see Pennsylvania come back roaring. Ohio's right there with them. So it's going to be kind of nice to see those guys back to work.
Yeah, amen. Alex?
Well, and let's talk about the integrity of U.S. Steel and the strength of U.S. Steel versus trusting other countries who don't have our best interest in mind to produce steel that we're going to use on warships. That doesn't make sense. So hardened, true American steel. Let's go.
Amen. Dave?
Yeah, and I think I've heard stories of Chinese steel and all that hasn't been up to standards here in the United States. And obviously, with everything coming back and the plan of all this industry coming back, we got to be efficient on most of that stuff.
Obama.
Exactly. Oh, hey, before I forget, everybody, too. So if you haven't subscribed, we'd encourage you to subscribe. If you subscribed and it fell off, resubscribe. We're starting our live sub only next week. So if you haven't subscribed yet or your subscription terminated, get back in there because it's starting next week. All right, let's see. Oracle is going to spend $40 billion on NVIDIA chips for a mega AI data center in Texas. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but where is the bulk of the NVIDIA chips being built currently? Do we know?
I think they're pledging to move that here, right? That's the TSMC. The chipsets that are in there. But I'm not exactly sure where NVIDIA's productions are currently. I would assume Taiwan.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. So I would imagine. I know that they started a new fab in Texas, another one in, I want to say Pittsburgh, but I don't think at this point. Oh wow, John Gwynn just bought a bunch of subscriptions for people. John, you are a legend. Thank you so much. But again, I don't know where, if 40 billion is going to NVIDIA, I just don't know how those fabs are going to work. What, does anybody have any idea on the panel? Where they're coming from, when those fabs in the U.S. are going to be making it, wow, Mama Bear's here. Thank you, Mama Bear. Thank you for the fireworks. So anyway, I don't know where that's coming from, if it's going to be made here or whether it's going to be made elsewhere. Why don't you guys pull that up and see while I'm going to the next one?
So where are NVIDIA chips made in 2025? Is it made in the U.S.? NVIDIA makes its computer chips in 3 main places: the United States, Taiwan, and South Korea.
Oh, okay, got it. Excellent.
Does TSMC make NVIDIA chips? Yes. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company is the main company that. So that we just tied all that back together, right? TSMC is about to move plants and production to the United States, thus meaning by proxy, NVIDIA chips will be made here in the United States.
Got it. Okay, cool. Lisa Maria said, John Gwynn is a rock star. Yes, he is, Lisa. I agree. Mama Bear said, laugh out loud, sorry I'm late. Well, you should be, young lady. We were wondering where you were. It's time to scold you a little bit. Just kidding. Glad you made it. Excuse me. Todd Tronson said, thank you for all the truth. God bless you always. It's wonderful. Thank you, Todd. What just words of encouragement mean so much to me.
Larry gave us a good compliment. He said, you all give more information than the news give. Thank you all. You're very welcome, and we appreciate you being here, Larry. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. All right, so let's move on to our next story. We have Bitcoin Magazine highlighting that Pakistan is going to allocate 2,000 megawatts of electricity to mining Bitcoin. Now, Alex, James, you guys are more the experts on this. If XRP is the card that sits on the rails of Bitcoin, 2,000 megawatts, what type of production is that going to allow? What kind of mining? I mean, I don't have any idea. Do you guys?
Well, there's an equation, and I'm not going to show my ignorance by trying to recite the exact equation, but based off of consumption of electricity to the GPUs, which are graphic processing units, not a CPU, not your main chip, but graphics processors are more efficient at the physics of crunching math and the ledgers. And the amount of electricity that you consume with that chip to be able to crunch the ledger, you are given a piece of the coin for your efforts in creating the ledger that will be authenticated and shared with the rest of the ledgers, right? So the more efficient the chip can be, the less it's costing you. So there was a point in time, way before it was 100,000, where it cost you. It didn't cost you money to produce miners, right? The miners were actually generating profit, and when you start looking at the cost of electricity versus the price of the coin and what your return is for processing it, there's this balancing act where you have to have so many miners going to offset the cost of electricity to make it profitable for you to be a miner. So it's going to be very interesting, and I don't know that XRP necessarily plays into that, because the efficiency. Okay, Bitcoin was the first, right? It is not efficient. It's just not. It's the technology is older. The amount of energy, electricity that is used to mine is way higher than the efficiency of what XRP can do transactions. They're not the same. They're very different tools, right? So
right.
If you don't know how Bitcoin works, contact Sam on samshalhoub.com. He can help you get started. We are still very early in the game. We are just now starting to put people on the train. The train hasn't left the station. It's not too early, so jump on board.
Very, very well said. James?
Well, the interesting part of this is Pakistan is doing this more or less to follow in the boots of the United States. They're trying to attract foreign investment for digital infrastructure, and they don't want to be left behind in this entire thing. But keep in mind, this 2,000 megawatts that they're trying to generate isn't strictly for Bitcoin. It's for AI data centers also.
Right. Right. No, you're absolutely right. Willie V, Joseph Byler, Godly Man, excuse me. And of course, Melissa and our Jeff Code. Thank you for all the gifts. It's really appreciated. And Mama Bear sending puppy kisses. How sweet. Thank you, Mama Bear. She said, when I do the puppy kisses, it's from my dog, Sadie. Well, give Sadie a big hug for me and tell her I said thank you. Mickey said, is Mega Dave driving? Yes, he's on his tractor. Could you show us a quick deal, Dave, or will that shut you down?
Nope, I can show you.
All right, hold on, everybody.
We're planting corn.
There we go. Wow. That's amazing.
You had
70 acres left.
How still? You had 70 acres an hour ago. Come on, man.
Well, I'm knocking them off as we speak, but slow and steady.
Come on now, Dave. Don't quit playing around, man.
That's right.
All right, so let's move on here. Hey, Allie Mae's here. Hi, Allie Mae. Corn, 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 she said. Yeah, there's a heck of a lot of it over there. Mama Bear, thank you for the sunglasses. Cece said, wow, that's cool to see. Yeah, it is pretty cool to see that up front. I mean, straight up like that, like Dave shows us. It's cool. So Secretary Doug Burgum at the USGS, the Geological Survey Service, said that they discovered 473 million barrels of oil and 27 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Now, Alex, how many gallons of or barrels of oil is produced daily right now by OPEC? James, do you have the ability to look something up as well? You're not.
Do, yes.
No. If it's a hassle, we'll just wait. But I'm just curious, how many millions of barrels are produced daily right now? And if 473 million is a significant number, or nothing major.
I think it is major. Not so much the oil. I mean, we just increased our offshore 100,000 to build back our strategic reserve. I think the oil part of it we knew about. The gas, on the other hand, that's a new one on me. Yeah,
27 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. I don't even know how to equate that into what that would be. That's got to be a huge number. At least it seems like it to me.
Let's see. Total world crude oil production in 2023 increased by 0.42 million barrels a day compared to 2022. I don't see actual. 1 second here. Let's see. Production by country. This will give us an idea. Why do they want you to? I don't want to subscribe. Okay, here we go. So, crude oil production by OPEC month over month, December 31st of 2024, per month, 28 million barrels. It looks like between 28, 29, 29 million barrels a month.
So we're only looking at about a 10-month supply with what they found in terms of oil. 10, 12 months maybe. But that big number is the other gas. I mean, that's significant.
Right.
Trillions.
And while we're talking about production of energy, like, and I don't know if this is what we get into in the Daily Dispatch, but helium-3. Everybody go look at helium-3 and see what kind of production of energy and where that comes from.
At your suggestion, Alex, you suggested to listen to the Sean Ryan. You had sent us a text. I've been going through it over the last couple of days, and that's one of the things that they highlighted was helium-3, and that was General Steve Quast was on Sean Ryan's show. You can find it on YouTube. I would encourage everyone to go listen to it. Something that they were talking about that I had absolutely zero knowledge of before that podcast was helium-3. And apparently the Chinese are on the moon harvesting it right now. We are not. Oh, thank you for the glasses. Oh God, it's shiny there. Well, helium-3. So with the helium, hey, James, quit the laughing, man. So, but this helium-3 thing apparently has the ability, there's a very limited amount on Earth, but it's in great amounts on the moon. And what, Alex?
So now you guys believe we can go there?
No.
No, I don't know what to believe. I honestly don't.
I was waiting for that.
Go ahead, James. Let him have it.
You know, it's flat Earth, firmament. Come on now. You guys are still operating on that old narrative of NASA. Come on now.
I know. I don't know what to make of it, but if the helium-3.
That's David's favorite subject is this. And I know, Alex, that you saw the little gift that Mega Dave sent you this weekend. Yeah, there he goes. He took off.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, but what I was getting at is not so much whether they're getting it from the moon or how they're acquiring it, but this helium-3 has the ability to ultra cool and ultra heat objects. And apparently it is worth its weight in, not even in gold, plutonium, whatever. Alex rubbing it in over there. But anyway, I just found it. Everybody go watch that Sean Ryan podcast. It was really good. Mama Bear, John Gwynn, Melissa, June 2024. Thank you all for all the gifts. It's appreciated. Lisa Maria said, I love the Sean Ryan show. Yeah, it's a great show. He does a great job. Todd Tronson trying to cause trouble. He said, did we go to the moon? As all of you know who are regulars on this program, this has been one of our ongoing discussions for some time.
So they just put a handful in their pocket and bring home a few moon rocks? Is that what they do?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no discussion. In other news, the FBI is opening investigations into leaks at the Supreme Court, and they want to know what that little white baggie was at the White House.
Good. It's about time. My gosh. And then you combine that with GOP Senator calling for investigations into $4.7 trillion in untraceable Treasury payments. $4.7 trillion untraceable? You've got to be kidding me, right? What an absolute joke.
What does that do to the national debt?
Exactly.
Well, that's kind of like Rumsfeld talking the day before the Twin Towers decided they were going to come down, that we just couldn't happen to find. What was that? How many trillions was that? 2.7? just gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Putin says he can show us where it went.
I know. Allie Mae said it was a bag of moon rocks. Allie Mae getting in on the fracas here. All right. Love to hear it. Oh, boy. All right. And then lastly today, DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. Mama Bear said it was snot powder. Oh, my gosh, Mama Bear, that's a good one. DOGE said that it's completed its major cleanup of Social Security records. It said that around 12.3 million people aged 120 and older are marked as deceased. What kind of numbers are we talking there? Who has a calculator handy? What's 12.3 million times, say, I don't know, $1,000?
No, it was 3,300 was the average payment.
Okay, let's say 3,300 times
You're
12
talking
million.
$38 million a month.
No, more than that. 12 million times $3,000. What does that come to, Alex?
A lot.
Looks like, let's see, there's hundreds, thousands, millions.
Are you taking your shoes off right now?
36.9
Millions or it's gotta be trillion, right?
billion.
Billion. Okay. So 36 billion a month. And it's been going on for 20 years. So what's 36 billion times 20?
No, times 12.
All right, times 12. Okay.
That's per month. That puts us at 442 billion. Okay, times 20 years. That's 8.856 trillion.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? $8 trillion. Oh,
Bottom feeders.
22% of our national debt.
wow.
Is that about right? Is that about right?
Let's divide that by 330 million
Populace.
equals that is a $26,836 paycheck for every American.
How much?
26,000.
Oh, I'll take it. Sure. Just go ahead and sell it right over to me. Wow. But you know what, you guys and gals? So much exposure is taking place. So much is happening. It's moving at a very, very fast rate. Faster than I expected it to. I didn't expect this to happen this quickly. And it just amazes me. So as all you know, I'm here in Los Angeles area. And a lot of my friends a lot of people in this area are liberal. Now, I don't think that they are the majority in California anymore. I think conservatives are the majority, in my personal opinion. But the ones that are liberal are very vocal. And it just amazes me how they rail on President Trump. But it's never about the issues. It's always about something else, whether it's how he speaks or he's harsh on people. But when you look at where the rubber meets the road, how much money is being saved? How much money is now being added to the economy based on the agreements that he's making with these different, different countries around the world? We're talking about a huge, huge number. Hey, Don the Third G, thank you for all the gifts. Glad you can make it, Don. Hey, we just hit our live goal.
I had a buddy contact me yesterday. He goes, "Boy, did you see Trump at the college over the weekend?" I go, "No, I didn't see it." He goes,
At West
Point. I go, "I think he's." He goes, "I think he's losing his mind like Biden." I go, "Listen, you didn't talk to me about
What?
Joe losing his mind." Yeah. I go, "I don't want to hear about what Trump's problems are, you know."
Wow. I mean, I see again, I don't understand how they're not being reasonable. They're not being logical. They're not thinking critically, in my opinion. I mean, what do you guys think, Alex, James?
Go ahead, James.
Well, for everything that's going on and where he speaks and when he decides to speak, the assurances, even with J.D. Vance, I mean, the narrative is the same. We're growing into being a very, very powerful nation again, where we should have never left. And for them to show up to these big graduations of our up and coming military, to give them reassurances that we're gonna do it a little better, a lot better, and there's going to be less human factor when it comes down to how many people we have to send in the actual zone. That's why we have drones. That's why we have the F-47. That's why we have the F-35s. That's why we have all these drones that don't require the loss of human life. And that's what's most important. And that's what we're here today to remind everybody of. It's who didn't get to come home.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Well, that's all we have for today. We are going to move to final thoughts here. Everybody rocked. I wasn't sure what to expect on a Memorial Day if people were with their families, but you guys all, hey, Full Metal Jacket just got here. Critical thought is fleeting for the young. You're right, but it's coming back. It's being made popular again. People are thinking again, and I'm for one, I'm glad to see it. So again, I'm so grateful everybody made it this morning. Now, heads up, I will be traveling this week. So everything should be the same as usual. Daily dispatch in the morning, lives at 9 a.m. Pacific time. But I just want everybody to be aware that I will be traveling for a few days. So anyway, let's go to final thoughts. James?
Well, I am going to I want to show my shirt. I was sent this by a really good friend of mine that's still in the military. I don't know if
It's backwards. What does it say?
It says DD-214, America's Real Man card.
I don't know what that is.
DD-214 is basically a military report card that shows when you went in, what you did, and all the awards that you got when you were there, and your character of service when you departed.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Mine was favorable.
Excellent. Excellent.
So, in spite of what you three other guys think, anyway.
Wait a minute. What's that on your wrist? Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's a Seiko.
Oh, okay.
Same color.
That's not an ankle bracelet.
So I'll reiterate this. And before I say that, you left me out when it came to the voter harvesting thing.
Sorry.
In the 6th. Voter harvesting is a felony, and they were using Cash App to pay for the votes.
Wow.
So at any rate, I'm going to say this one more time because it hits me dear to heart. Our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it.
Excellent. Thank you, James.
God bless everybody and have a great weekend.
Thank you, James.
Or week.
Dave?
Yeah, it's important to remember that heroes have fallen. And I was wondering, Alex, do you have a great song to take us out? Because I think Tracy Lawrence, Arlington would be great to take us out today. But I appreciate everybody being here. Enjoy your family and raise a cup to the ones that have fallen. So.
Amen. Alex, final thoughts?
Well, I've got to change my song now.
I didn't know if you had a good one or not.
Tracy Lawrence, what? I was going to play Don't Fear the Reaper, but...
Arlington.
Tracy Lawrence.
I'm making them work today.
Yeah. Throwing a little curveball in there.
It's not pulling up. Dang it. I was gonna bring up 12 million social security numbers deactivated in the system. You might want to go do a little homework on the numbers that were projected across the television screens and the difference between the winner and the loser in 2020, and make it make sense. 12 million social security numbers that were active and being used. I just,
somebody got that money.
Yeah, it's somewhere. And
well,
they know it.
It's not just about the money. It's about voter registration.
Right.
It's about, there's so many different facets that number 12 million comes into play when you have active social security cards that numbers that people are collecting money, using to navigate within the system of the United States. What with that Social Security number. I just, with that said, multiple family members throughout my life that have made the commitment to wear the uniform, and blessed that none of them had to make that ultimate sacrifice, but that ultimate sacrifice is not lost on myself or my family, on the freedoms that we are allowed daily to enjoy in this country. Having traveled around the world and seen how many other countries in this world do not take care of their population like we do. So blessed to be here, Sam. Thank you. James, thank you for your service to this country. Dave, you're doing your service by planting the corn and feeding families, and blessed to be a part of this group. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you guys, I couldn't have said it any better. We have to take time to appreciate our families, hug and kiss the ones we love, bow our heads for those that gave the ultimate sacrifice, which is what today is all about. But keep in mind, everyone, as I say every day, the best is yet to come. So Alex is going to take us out with some music. We'll see everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Weather permitting and the river don't rise, we'll be here. So have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.